Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nick with the Pick MMA. We're going to be talking about UFC Denver in this video. First of all, let's talk about last week, man. Last week was phenomenal. We hit every money line bet that we placed. I was disappointed that Ortega ended up pulling out from the fight. I mean, Danny took that fight in short notice. I didn't place any money on Lopez after because I knew how tough Danny is, and the line was like minus 300. But every other bet we cast Ian Gary at minus 130. We cast John Silva, which was my lock of the week last week as an underdog lock of the week. I gave you guys at plus money. I gave you guys Vinicius Oliveira underdog cast. We cast both underdogs. I mean, that was a good play. I mean, the both was underdogs, and it just didn't make sense that Ricky Simon was like minus 250 over a guy like Oliveira, who all he had to do was go out there and defend takedowns. He's going to be the better striker out, and he was the better striker as you seen last week. So I'm happy with last week, man. We cast some parlays last week. Overall 7 units profit last week, man. We sweeped most of the picks. We sweeped every best bet on the card. I gave you guys some parlays. We went 3-1 on parlays. I gave you guys a plus 700 parlay. If you guys watched the best bets video last week, you probably, if you tailed that parlay, like, you made some good money on those parlays. It's also a plus 300 parlay, plus 186 parlay. We missed the minus 120 parlay because Jordan ended up getting knocked out with 8 seconds to go in the over 1.5 rounds. I had that. I would with Piper. I think Piper money. I thought that was pretty safe. But my lock of the week, John Silva knocked out Jordan, the first guy to ever knock out Jordan. That was a nasty KO too. Jordan, I mean, like, tough for Jordan. But yeah, I mean, John Silva is that guy, bro. John Silva is that fucking guy. He's scary. John Silva is actually really scary, man. So I'm really happy about last week, man. I'm still like recovering from how good that card was. You don't usually have cards like that often, where every read is pretty correct, spot on. Let's talk about this week, man. We got 8 fights on this card. I wasn't really gonna do an early breakdown for this card because I was waiting for them to find opponent for Dudober. Dudober was supposed to fight Mike Davis. I think that was gonna be a really good matchup. A grappler versus Dober, but I mean striker versus Dober. I mean striker versus grappler and Mike Davis, but I guess Mike Davis had a torn bicep, so he's not taking that fight anymore. They're still looking for an opponent for Dudober. We also have Nazim Salikhov on the sidelines looking for an opponent right now. And I think Medeiros was willing to take that fight on short notice, but Medeiros withdrew for some reason. I don't really know what happened. I guess he didn't want to take that fight then. Maybe he had an injury he was dealing with. So I was actually gonna pick Medeiros over Salikhov if that fight ended up happening, but that fight's not happening right now. And Medeiros was a pretty big underdog in that spot. And I've cast Medeiros. He's my lock of the week over Christian Quinones. You guys remember that was a really close fight. Came through for me there. I also picked him over Isai Sakov as a big underdog. So I was really excited for Medeiros, man. But unfortunately, he can't make it to the fight. We got 8 fights on this card. I mean, I also heard that Gabriel Bonfim versus Ange Loosa fight might also be canceled. So yeah, this card is all over the place right now. Like, hopefully, like, Dana White and Hunter Campbell can find some opponents for Nazim Salikhov and Dudober. Maybe they can fight each other. I mean, even though, like, it doesn't really make sense for Dudober to fight someone like Nazim Salikhov. Nazim Salikhov went to a draw with Warshiv, I mean, his last fight. So yeah, I don't know if he does really deserves Dudober right now. But I mean, if they can't find an opponent, they probably should fight each other. They both fight at 155, right? So maybe they can do that, but I doubt it. I don't know if Dudober's gonna be willing to give him that fight. Anyways, man, let's talk about this card, man. Let's talk about this card. Make sure you guys subscribe before we get into the breakdowns. Yeah, we're trying to work our way to 2K subscribers, man. I put a lot of work into watching tape, doing research, and I think it shows, man, that I do my research every time. I don't cut corners like some people out there, So make sure you guys subscribe if you want to support the channel. You can become a member on the channel, and also, like, you get some live stream perks. I go live for every UFC card. I go live like throughout the week. I mean. And also, like, I post the bets and the members for people if you want to see my bets and everything. So I post that also. So if that's something you want to do, you can do that. But I appreciate you guys watching. Also, let's get into breakdown now. Our first fight on the card is gonna be Josh Fremd taking on Andre Petroski. Now this is a really tough fight to call, because Josh Fremd is not a guy you want to trust with your money. Neither is Andre Petroski. But I do think Andre Petroski will be the better wrestler here. Just that cardio. I mean, just that cardio is an issue for him because he gasses out pretty early. I mean, he won the first round in that Gerald Mearsar fight. He dropped Gerald Mearsar in the second round. Then he gassed out like crazy. I did bet him in that spot. I had him in a parlay, so I was definitely sweating that parlay because of him. He almost got TKO'd by Gerald Meersart in the third round because he was so tired, and he did go out there and Wrestle Wellington tournament. And Wellington tournament is not really like a high level guy in the UFC. He did submit Nick Maximov in the first round. Nick Maximov was on a takedown on him, and he got the anaconda choke pretty early. So losing to Michelle Pereira, he took that fight on short notice, by the way. So really no shame there. Then he did lose to Jacob McCoon. I mean, he was actually looking good in the first round. And the way that knockout happened was really weird. It was like a hip TKO a lot. I mean, it was a really weird knockout. I don't really know what the hell was going on in that fight. I did pick McCoon there. I did bet on McCoon there. So I was happy that he won the fight. But it was a really weird stoppage from Petroski. He's 33 years old, man. So he should be in his prime right now. Trains out of Renzo Gracie over there with guys like Pat Sabatini, Sean Brady. I mean, those guys. So he should be okay here, man. I think he could out wrestle Josh Fremd. Josh Fremd gets taken on way too easy. Even though he's only losing to, his only terrible loss is Trayshawn Gore, a fight that he was starting to take over in the second, I think it was second half of the first round. He was putting pressure on Trayshawn Gore. Then he tried to take down Trayshawn Gore, and Trayshawn Gore got that guillotine choke. It was a nasty guillotine choke, one of the nastiest guillotine chokes I've seen. And he went out cold, man. That was a nasty guillotine choke by Trayshawn Gore, who I don't think has the best BJJ out there. Hernandez obviously went to this where Hernandez lost to Kopylov. Wasn't looking terrible in the first round against Kopylov, but obviously Kopylov was a really nasty striker. And that Jamie Pickett fight, man, he should have finished that fight. I stayed away from betting that one because he was like a minus 300 over Jamie Pickett. And I've never really been behind Josh Fremd. That Dumas fight, I think Dumas made a mistake and was trying to grapple him for some reason. It was really weird, and he got that guillotine. Dumas just gave up in that fight. It was really weird, man. This is do not bet on this fight. I'm not gonna bet a single dollar on this fight. I'm just gonna watch, see what happens. I don't really care what happens in this fight, but I'm gonna pick the better wrestler here. I think he's got more power also on the feet. Josh Fremd has better kicks at range. He's got a really long frame, 6'4" with a 76-inch reach. So if this goes past the first round, I think Josh Fremd can take over with the kicks. He's got better striking on the feet. I think he's got more weapons on the feet. He'll land some leg kicks, body kicks, but doesn't have a lot of power out there. But obviously he's got the better gas tank. I'm gonna pick Petroski by maybe first round submission or something like that. You can't really rely on this guy to go out there and win decisions. I mean, even though he's won a couple decisions, but yeah, I don't really trust this guy for betting my money on either one of these guys. But I do think Petroski is gonna be alive for early submission. If he can get that early submission, maybe he can get a knockdown later, like he did with Gerald Meersart. Then he gassed out like crazy just because gas tank is a major issue out there. I'll pick Petroski, but not a guy I want to go trust with my money. Petroski minus 118 right now. He actually was minus 142, so there's been a lot of money coming in on Josh Fremd. I get him. This is a close fight. This should be even money. I think it should be minus 110. Because if Petroski can't get that early submission, can't get a couple of knockdowns later, I don't know how he wins this fight. He's probably going to get outstruck on volume. Can he get those knockdowns later? Can he get that first round submission? If he can, he's probably going to lose this fight. But I'm gonna pick the better wrestler, Petroski, because I've seen Josh Fremd get taken on way too easy in that Trayshawn Gore. Trayshawn Gore was looking like a really good high level wrestler out there, and he's really not a high level wrestler out there. I'm gonna pick Petroski by submission first round. Just don't bet on that fight unless you really want to bet. Unless some of you guys like betting on every single fight. Maybe fight doesn't go the distance, but Fremd doesn't really finish people out there, so who knows, man. Next fight on the card is gonna be Viviane Araujo taking on Jasmine Jasudavicius. This should be a fun fight, man. It could be really boring though, because Viviane Araujo is a good grappler. She's a good not a really good wrestler, but she can grapple. She can go for takedowns. She's really physically strong out there. She took down Jennifer Mariya in that fight, even though I think she should have lost that fight because he wasn't really doing anything with the takedowns. And Jennifer Mariya was out walling her, landing more volume out there. But it was a really close fight, so I wasn't even though I did bet on Mariya there, it was a terrible bet from my point of view. there was no reason for me to go bet on Jennifer Maia minus 130. It was like even money almost, and I was like, I think Jennifer Maia can keep it on the feet and win that fight. And even though Steve was able to keep it on the feet for like almost the first 4 minutes of the first round, and he got taken down, got controlled. He got controlled in the second, third round also, I think. So I wasn't disappointed they gave it to Araujo, but that was a really close fight. Obviously he couldn't get takedown in Talso, and Talso has really high level takedown defense, and so he was able to stay use their footwork out there and just stay moving the whole time. He was on Talso was on her bicycle the whole time. Araujo was putting a lot of pressure on her, but she just got outclassed on the feet there. That Hebas fight, I mean, that I was watching that fight early today, and she got hurt in the second round. She got out grappled in that fight. She got hurt badly in the second round. She got dropped by Hebas, who's I don't think has crazy power on the feet. Hebas can hurt you with real kicks. I mean, like Hebas only got a 1 KO in the UFC, and that was over Luana Pinheiro, who was so tired in the third round where she got a real kick KO. So getting dropped by Hebas is not really good. And also like losing to Luxa Grosso, I mean, I'll give her a break for that. Champion right now. Jasmine Jasudavicius, I think, has a better chin, has a better gas tank. I think she's gonna be the better wrestler out there. Both these girls have no head movement, so they don't really move their head out the center line. They're probably gonna be eating a lot of punches out there. I'm just gonna side with Jasmine because I think she has a better chin, and I don't think anything that Viviane is gonna land is gonna phase Jasmine. I mean, she took a lot of clean shots from Tracy Cortez, and she could have won that fight. I did pick her over Tracy Cortez because I was expecting her to go out and wrestle early. She just wasn't really wrestling early. When she started to wrestle, she was having success out there. She got takedown Tracy Cortez, easy takedown Tracy Cortez, but she didn't wrestle in the first round for some reason. Then she wrestled in the late second round, and she got like outstruck on the feet. Tracy was landing better shots in the boxing, in the pocket. I mean, so no shame there. I mean, losing Tracy Cortez, who's fighting on this card in the main event. Obviously she went out there. I picked her by third round submission or Priscilla Cachoeira. I know Priscilla Cachoeira can't really grapple. She has no grappling at all. And I'm 2-0 in Priscilla Cachoeira last two fights. I picked Miranda to get her third round submission. I picked Jasmine to get a third round submission over her. So like I was pretty good reading Priscilla Cachoeira, who can't really grapple at all. So that was an easy fight for Jasmine. She's a minus 500. So she went out there and looked like a minus 500. So she went out there and outclassed Miranda Maverick on the feet. It's just impressive. Miranda Maverick can wrestle and has a better gas tank than Araujo in my opinion, but Miranda Maverick just couldn't get takedowns on her, and her striking just wasn't good enough to compete with Jasmine Jasudavicius. Her only other loss was Natalia Silva 2 years ago. So I'm gonna side with Jasmine Jasudavicius here. I really like the over 2.5 rounds. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds. I don't see Jasmine finishing Araujo. I don't see Araujo finishing her. I think this is a lock to go the distance. But I'm going to pick Jasmine Jasudavicius to win majority of the grappling exchanges out there and land more volume on the feet. Maybe Araujo can make this fight really close by landing the bigger shots out there, because Araujo does have more power. But I don't think she's got crazy technique like Natalia Silva to just outclass her on the feet. Jasmine is going to be my pick. Jasmine by decision is going to be my pick here. Jasmine is minus 166 right now. Yeah, I'm probably gonna parlay it over 2.5. I haven't made any bets on this card yet because I'm just like, this card is pretty like shady for betting in my opinion. But I think Jasmine is not bad at minus 160. But take her by decision. You're gonna get plus money. Jasmine by decision. I really don't see her finishing. What's her name? Araujo in my opinion. So. Araujo is really tough. So even when she gets hurt on the feet, like she did with Hebas, and she was getting out grappled, Hebas had her back the whole time. Every round, I mean, she had her back. She had the backpack locked in, body locked in. I mean, so she wasn't able to get a submission. I think Hebas has a way better BJJ game than Jasudavicius. I'm gonna pick Jasudavicius on the scorecards. Decision for Jasudavicius. Over 2.5, I think is a better play, even though it's gonna be juicy. It's going to be wide as hell, but I think you got to hop on it early when they open the lines for the totals. You got to parlay that early because it's probably going to be minus 500 before the fight later in the week. I mean, so yeah, if you want to bet over fight goes a distance, you got to do it early. Next fight on the card is going to be Luana Santos taking on Mariya Agapova. Like Agapova is capable of winning this fight. I'll say that much. But she's 27 years old, man. She's taking 2 years off from the game. I really don't know why she's taking this much time off. Maybe she's been working on her ground game. I mean, she's from Kazakhstan, and she has no ground game. I mean, like she has no ground game for a girl that's out of Kazakhstan. Most of the Kazakhstani fighters are known for their ground game, like Shaka Rakhmonov. I mean, what's that guy's name? Asul Mabayev. I mean, these guys like they're known for the ground games, and Agapova is not really known for ground games. He's mostly known for striking, and striking is okay. I mean, I think she's the better striker than Luana Santos. Luana Santos' striking is pretty mid. She's mostly a girl that wants to go out there and cage push. Her cardio is terrible, so like the only thing I'll favor with Luana Santos is she's out there competing. She's been active. I mean, she's fought 4 times in the last 2 years. That's the reason I'm gonna pick her here. Not because of her skill set, because I think she's not that good of a fighter. She's only 24 though, so she's gonna get better. She's gonna go out there and get better each time we see her out there. I think she can get takedowns on Mariya Agapova, unless Agapova has really been out there in those 2 years working on her grappling. I mean, working on her ground game. I mean, working on this get-up game. If this stays standing, I think if she can avoid the clinch from Santos, Agapova can make this fight really close, land the better shots on the feet. Yeah, I mean, she's dangerous also. She's Sabina Maggio, I guess, whatever. So who gives a fuck? Who gives a F about that fight? But yeah, 2 years off, man. I can't pick anyone that's been off for 2 years. The only like last person that I picked that came back after like a year and a half layoff, maybe like over a year layoff, I think it was Dominic Reyes over Jacoby, because I don't think too highly of Jacoby. But yeah, I picked Sterling to beat Cater, who came back after a layoff. I picked all these guys to beat these fighters that come back after a layoff, because when you're not out there competing every couple of months, or like at least in the year, like the last year or so, like you're gonna have some ring rust out there. You can't get going early. I think Santos will win this fight, but it's gonna be really really close. I do not agree with this line, man. This line is crazy for Luana Santos. I think her style, like her last fight, I mean, Stephanie Egger has a better BJJ, so she is able to cage push Stephanie Egger. Like I was watching that fight back. I mean, a couple hours ago, and it was like one of the worst fights. I knew what happened in that fight because I remember it clearly, but I was like, I wanted to go back and rewatch the fight just because I want to be sure what really happened to refresh my memory. And it was like the worst fight I've seen. Like it's like this fight's probably not gonna be anything better. I think Santos is gonna cage push her, maybe throw some patter strikes on the feet. She doesn't have much power. I know she has a knockout of Julian Miller. I did pick her there to beat Julian Miller, who's pretty horrible. I don't think she's with the UFC anymore. She's got some submissions in LFA, I mean, so yeah. I mean, she lost to Gina Bishop, who's a high-level BJJ black belt. I mean, so Gina Bishop fights in PFL. I know who Gina Bishop is. Gina Bishop can get takedowns on you, get a good positioning on you. So losing to Gina Bishop, I mean, no shame in that. Gina Bishop is a high-level PFL fighter. She could probably fight in the UFC. She wasn't like 40 years old at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Luana Santos on the scorecards. Maybe she can look for a submission if Agapova hasn't been working on that ground game. But I'm gonna side with Luana Santos by decision. Santos -38. Yeah, this line's too crazy. Probably because Agapova hasn't fought in 2 years. Probably because of that, I feel like the line's that wide. I'll pick Santos by decision. Over, I don't even know about the overs. I mean, Agapova, like, she hasn't been working submission defense. Like, she's probably gonna get sub if Luana Santos gets takedowns on her. She's gonna get takedowns on her. Just she can't get early submission. The late second round, third round. I mean, Agapova can get ahead on strikes. I mean, on the feet if it stays standing, because Agapova has better range control, better range management. So I like Agapova striking more. I favor Santos because of the activity recently. Agapova is coming back after 2 years off. I mean, so yeah, I just can't pick her. Even though I think Mariya Agapova has a good chance, but just the layoff is really bad for when you're a cage fighter. Next fight on the card is gonna be Christian Rodriguez taking on Julian Erosa. I gotta pick Christian Rodriguez, man, but Julian Erosa is like just one of those guys, man, that's so tough, and he should have lost that fight to Ricardo Ramos. It's just that Ricardo Ramos has no fight IQ to speak of. I mean, Ricardo Ramos' fight IQ doesn't exist in the same sentence, because he had Erosa hurt badly. I mean, he dropped him like 2 times, almost had him TKO'd, almost slept him, I mean, a couple of times. Then he shot a takedown for no reason. Like, you can't make this shit up. I mean, just like, why shoot a takedown Ramos? You dumb. Why you shoot a takedown this guy? Like, you have him so hurt badly. Lucky for me, I had the under 2.5 rounds. It was only minus 155 for the under 2.5 rounds. And because I knew Ramos, like, you can't really trust his fight IQ to go for the fight to go the distance, and you can't trust Julian Rosa's chin for him to go the distance. So I was a pretty good spot there, but just like I picked Ramos, and it was a terrible pick because it's like Ramos' fight IQ is just non-existent. But I think Christian Rodriguez will be able to stay. I think he's gonna be smart. He's not as dumb as Ramos. I did pick a Padilla to knock out Erosa in that fight as underdog. I had Durden as underdog and Padilla as underdog in a parlay. I cast big on that one. I don't think did I pick Caceres? I'm not sure if I picked Caceres there, but yeah, that was Caceres. He knocked him out with a head kick. It was a brutal kick, head kick KO. So I don't think Erosa really saw that coming. Obviously, as a winner, Hakeem Dawodu, who I don't think is really as good as people think he is. Steven Peterson. I mean, so he's still capable of winning these fights, man. Like, just Christian Rodriguez he should have lost that fight to Dulgarian. Dulgarian was my lock of the week there, and I thought he did enough, but Dulgarian gassed at him. Dulgarian's gas tank is an issue. Yeah, Dulgarian 10-8'd him in the first round, and I think Rodriguez got the third round was a 10-8 for Rodriguez. Rodriguez doesn't have any finishing ability, man, but he's out there fighting durable guys. I mean, he fought Rosa Jr. Lost the first round. I mean, Rosa Jr. gassed out later. He won the second, third round. He beat Cameron Simon. I mean, he was a pretty clear decision for Rodriguez there, or Simon. I think the durability favors Rodriguez. I like the durability. I like the fight IQ Rodriguez. I think even when he gets taken down, he knows how to stay safe. And he's only 26 years old, man. He's only gonna get more and more comfortable every time we see him out there. And he's been fighting. I mean, this guy's fighting every couple of months. I mean, 3-4 months he's fighting out there. Give me Christian Rodriguez. I think should be a safe parlay piece. But Rosa's like always scary, man. This guy's like so dangerous, and if you can take your back, he'll like get that submission somehow. Like, he's got a lot of submission wins, man. 13 submission wins is a lot of submission wins. I mean, so. But yeah, he's not like he has a flying knee knockout win over Nate the Train. I mean, so like this guy's dangerous as they come. Also knocked out Jamal Emmers. I mean, so he's got way better wins. I mean, he's got more finishing ability than Christian Rodriguez. Can Christian Rodriguez go out there and get a first finish in the UFC? I mean, he hasn't. I think he has a finish over what's his name, like Joshua Weems, who's not really UFC level. So I am gonna pick Christian Rodriguez here. I think he can hurt him on the feet. Maybe he can get a stop is out there. Is he gonna get a TKO? I mean, doesn't have any TKO. He's got TKO and LFA. I mean, so that hasn't really been going out there getting a TKO recently. I'll think he can get a TKO stoppage here. I'll go to Rodriguez by TKO. Maybe he can win this. I mean, this is very capable of going the distance, but I'm gonna go Rodriguez TKO. He's a former bantamweight. I mean, he was forced by the UFC to move up to 145 because he couldn't make 135. I mean, he was missing weight over and over. So now he's fighting at 145. He looks pretty good at 145. Durable guy, has better fight IQ than Ramos. I mean, who's just basically gave that fight away to Rosa, gave up that neck. I mean, he's like just submit me already, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go Rodriguez by maybe a TKO stoppage or like just decision. He's capable of going the distance. So, but the line's crazy, man. Like, cause he's been underdog every time out there. Now he's a minus 230 over a guy like Erosa who's got over like 14 fights. I mean, doesn't he have like 14 fights in UFC? He's got like 14 fights in UFC. He's a 500 level fighter. I mean, but that's a lot of experience, man. He's been TKO'd 6 times. That's a lot of TKO. Lost a lot of damage taken. And he's getting hurt. He was hurt badly in the Ramos fight also. So just Ramos made a mistake. Instead of going for a ground and pound finish, he shot a takedown for no reason. I'm gonna go for Rodriguez by TKO stoppage. Let's look at the odds. I mean, the odds are like minus 230. I mean, the lines actually came down just a bit. He was like minus 270, minus 280 early. And I was thinking about parlaying him, and I was like, maybe the line can bounce back because I've seen a lot of people betting on Erosa. I mean, if you like Erosa, take him by submission because I don't think he's gonna win this fight by decision. I think he's gonna be able to maybe catch him in the submission if Rodriguez makes a mistake out there, but I don't know if I see Rodriguez shooting a takedown for no reason out there on Erosa. That's the way he's out there winning, mostly by guillotine chokes. He does have a lot of good finish, like good wins. I mean, he has a win over Sean Woodson. I mean, he subbed him in the third round. I mean, so the guy's out there finishing some good fighters up that need to train. I mean, knocking him out in the first minute. Charles Jourdain, I mean, submitting Charles Jourdain in the third round. So he's capable of getting something, making something happen out there. So dangerous fight. Not sure if I'll parlay Rodriguez. I'm still gonna sit on him maybe just for a bit. Maybe I'll sprinkle the KO for Chris Rodriguez. The line's kind of crazy, minus 230 for a guy who's more durable, has better striking, better stand up. I mean, also way younger, hasn't taken the damage that Erosa's taken. Give me Christian Rodriguez by TKO stoppage. Next fight on the card is me Cody Brundage taking on Abdul Razak Alhassan. Give me Abdul Razak Alhassan, even though he's 30 years old. The guy's really old. I mean, he's pretty old. He's getting up there in age, man. But I'm not a fan of Cody Brundage. I'll tell you guys that right away. So, I don't like Cody Brundage, man. I think he's quits out there when things get tough out there. He's gonna go out there and get some takedowns. Abdul or Razak Alhassan. Now, can you go out there and finish him? If you can't finish him in the first round, I think even though Alhassan has got all 6 wins by first round TKO, but if Cody can't go out there and finish him in the first round, I don't know, like he's just kind of folds. I mean, he just kind of gives up later. If Abdul can get a takedown on, like get top position on him, get a sweep. I mean, after Brundage takes him down, excuse me. I think he can ground and pound him too. He's got nasty ground and pound. And I went back and watched all of Brundage's fights. I mean, the guy's like, looks good out there, man. Even that fight over Tracy and Gore that he had, even that Rodolfo Vieira fight, he had Rodolfo Vieira hurt badly in the first round, dropped him like 2 times. Won the first round against Vieira, hurt him badly, almost finished him. Then he came out in second round, and Vieira shot a takedown, I think, or like he pulled the guillotine, and he gave up the arm triangle. So in that Dumas fight, he pulled the guillotine like 5-6 times in that fight. That was a DQ. I mean, he was close to getting TKO stopped. I mean, by TKO by Jacob Malkoun. Then he just to be fair, I mean, to Brundage, Malkoun was hitting. He was an illegal elbow to the back of the head. So I mean, you gotta. I'll give him a break for that one. But obviously he got that win over Jack Reese. He was looking good on the feet against Jack Reese, though. He rocked him with the right hand, and then Jack Reese was looking for like an arm bar off his back, and Brundage picked him up and slammed him down. We saw 2 back-to-back slam TKOs in the same night. Close had the other one over what was the guy's name? I can't remember his name right now, but Close had the other slam TKO win. I mean, Brundage had the other one, so that was a crazy fight night. I mean, right there. He is like almost 8 years younger here, so the age definitely favors Brundage. He's only been TKO'd like 2 times, so he's not like out there getting TKO'd a lot out there. But and then Mikhail Olajic fight, he was actually looking good in the first round. He got taken on Mikhail Olajic. Mikhail was able to survive the first like 3 minutes. I mean, of that grappling exchanges. He was able to land on top position and ground and pound him. And Brundage was just done. He just covered up. And then the William Knight fight, I couldn't really go back and watch that fight. I don't know, it wouldn't let me watch it here in Canada for some reason on UFC Fight Pass. I don't know why that is. But yeah, I'm gonna go Alhassan by TKO, but just probably the under 1/2 is probably better here, because Brundage doesn't really go over 1/2 rounds a lot out there. I think under 1/2 should be better here. And Alhassan has all 6 wins by TKO in the first round, so the guy's got a lot of power early. He actually had a close fight with Buckley. I mean, that was a really close fight. Buckley was shooting takedowns on him. Buckley has a gas tank on him, but whereas Cody Brundage doesn't have a gas tank on him. That's the difference. And I mean, Alhassan was still walking him down in the second, third round, and Alhassan got his own takedown in the third round, which is impressive on Buckley. He got his own takedown, and Buckley was able to control him for a couple minutes there. I lost to Chaos Williams. I mean, no shame losing to Chaos Williams. Chaos Williams hits like a truck. Knocked out Nico Price. He was the first one to knock out Nico Price back in 2018, by the way. So he's got a lot of experience in the UFC, man. So knocked out Claudio Ribeiro, who's like, Claudio Ribeiro is not even, I don't think it's the UFC anymore. It might be still, but I don't think it's the UFC anymore. He actually made Joe Pyfer grapple him, because I don't think Joe Pyfer liked those light kicks that he was landing on Joe Pyfer. So the guy has a lot of power, man. I'm gonna go Alhassan by TKO, but I'm not sure if I'll bet him. unless the line gets like really like almost even money, maybe then. But in minus 162 for Alhassan, yeah, I'm probably gonna stay away. Under 1.5 in a parlay, under 2.5 rounds in a parlay is a lock. I think. I don't know if I don't see this fight going over 2.5 rounds. Yeah, I mean he's only gone. I mean he went under 2.5 rounds in that Bo Nickel fight. Went under 1.5 in that Jack Reese fight. Under 1.5 in that Malkoon fight. Demas, that's the only fight that he went over because he's Demas just has no finishing body out there, no grounded pound, no power. Went under 2.5 rounds in that Vieira fight. Mikkel fight went under 1.5 rounds. So like, even though like he was actually starting to like get walked down by Tracy and Gore knocked him out. Like he knocked Tracy and Gore. I mean, so like he's going under 1.5 rounds a lot. I think he goes under 1.5, under 2.5 rounds. Probably a better play here. Next fight on the card. I'm not sure if this fight's still on. I think this fight might be canceled. If I'm being honest, I've been hearing rumors this fight might be off. It's a good fight. I mean, so we'll also break it down. Gabriel Bonfim taking Ange Loosa. Ange Loosa, I mean, I was really disappointed. Ange Loosa, man, had money on Brian Battle, had him by submission, also had him by money line minus 148. I got in early in Brian Battle. It was looking like easy money. I mean, Loosa had nothing for a battle out there. Before that, I bet him over Reese McKee, and he almost got TKO'd via standing TKO'd by Reese McKee in the third round. He was so tired, he was dead gassed in the third round. I mean, it was like close to being called off because he was so tired. He was just a punching bag for Reese McKee in the third round, and that was really sweaty. I mean, I was sweating those 5 minutes. I mean, those 3 minutes, those last 3 minutes of that fight. But he was actually landing a nice combination. Reese McKee up against the fence. He almost knocked him on a second on, but the referee just didn't want to call the fight off for some reason. And he had a really crazy fight with AJ Fletcher. They were both so tired. I mean, they both have gas tank issues, but he was able to win that fight, landed better shots on the feet, and obviously got outclassed by Mariya, who's a good kickboxer. So he went the distance with JDM. I mean, so he's a pretty durable guy, man. Like, he took JDM to a decision. I mean, almost had the arm triangle locked in JDM in the second round. So the guys can grapple, he can wrestle, but I think Bonfim will be the better grappler. He's gonna have the more finishing body out there. He's gonna be the better striker on the feet, which is, I think people might be shocked to hear that he's gonna be the better striker on the feet. I think he will be the better striker on the feet. He's gonna have better power on the feet. Loosa's striking is really mid. I don't think striking is that good. He just has some power. He has a chin on him, he's a pretty durable guy. I mean, he's a pretty durable guy. Never been finished before, but I think Bonfim will be the first one to finish him by submission. I am gonna go Bonfim by submission. I think he can get that submission up, maybe a anaconda choke or like a one flu choke. Like, I am gonna go with Bonfim by submission. I watched that fight back with Nicholas Albee. He was close to locking in that submission Nicholas Dalby in that first round, and he was looking good on the feet against Nicholas Dalby in that first round. He landed some nice counters on him, looking really slick on the feet. Obviously, that gas tank was an issue over Dalby because Dalby just walks you down. Dalby can go like 10 rounds. I mean, Dalby's a guy that just hasn't, like, I don't know what this guy eats or like what kind of juice he's on. Dalby just has a like unlimited gas tank. I mean, this guy's unreal at almost 40 years old. I mean, look how close he made that Renat Faculty in a fight. Like, Dalby just a beast, man. Dalby's a beast. So getting TK'd by Dalby, I mean, no shame in that. No shame in that. Because Dalby just will stay on you like a pit bull, like, the whole time. Doesn't give you any room to breathe or get your cardio, recharge your cardio. And, yeah, I'm going to go Bonfim by, like, I want to say submission. I think he can get it done in the first round submission. Bonfim, is he a good parlay piece? I think he should be a good parlay piece. But obviously, like, if you lost money on Bonfim like I did over Dalby, you're probably not running to the books to go parlay him at minus 400. Is the fight off now? No, they still have lines up. I mean, but the fight might be off. I've been hearing rumors, not official by the UFC yet. But I wouldn't be shocked if Loosa ends up pulling out because he quit in that Brian Battle fight. He wasn't trying to fight on. So he seems like a guy that just kind of folds when things get tough out there. Give me Bonfim by submission, minus 395. Yeah, the line's kind of crazy. I mean, but this is not Dalby. I mean, that he's fighting out there. This is Loosa, and Loosa is a loser. So I think Bonfim by submission is the play here. Maybe by TKO. But TKO is gonna be tough, man. Loosa has a chin on him for sure. So I think Bonfim by submission is probably the play. Even if they go longer, I think Bonfim can win this fight by decision too. Even though like he gassed like crazy, he's gone to this. No, he's never gone to this, and never mind. I've seen him go till the third round before. Which fight was it when I seen him go third round? Yeah, it was at this fight in LFA. So he can go later to get it to stop us later. So yeah, I think he can carry his power late. I don't think Loosa is gonna make him gas like all we did. Bonfim by submission, probably first or second on. Next fight on the card is gonna be Santiago Ponzinibbio taking on Muslim Salikhov, and like why is this the co-main event? Like I just don't get it. Like why is this the co-main event? They're probably gonna have Dudober as the co-main event if they find someone um, for him to fight. I mean, so they're probably gonna have someone like Dudober versus someone else as the co-main event, which is better. I mean, Dudober is a bigger name than Santiago Ponzinibbio or Muslim Salikhov. Now, Muslim Salikhov is coming off that he got destroyed by Brown. I mean, he got destroyed by Brown. Brown's got really good boxing. I mean, really good striking. I mean, but Brown's not really known for his one punch KO power, and that power was in full display in that Salikhov fight because he got sniped with the straight right hand, right down the pipe. Obviously, losing Nicholas Dalby, like no, he was actually looking really good in that first round. Dalby, everyone looks good in that first round against Dalby. Dalby was landing some nice head kicks on Salikhov there. Dalby won the second, third round clearly, so he lost that fight. His gas tank is an issue, I think. His gas tank is a major issue. Yeah, and Ternaldo fight, I mean, I think that was a back and forth fight, but Ternaldo, I don't think with UFC anymore. And he got TKO'd via third round against Li Jingliang. Li Jingliang, that was actually not a bad first round. It was close. There was some close exchanges in the first round. He was actually looking good out there in the first round. And I think he was starting to slow down later. And Li Jingliang hurt him badly. Was that the second, third round? Might have been second on. That was a really good card for me. I remember that card. That was 2022. That was 2 years ago. That was like last year. That was a really good card for me, man. I made like 13 units in that card. It was a DeAndrade. Wasn't that? No, that was Ortega versus Rodriguez card. I thought it was Lemos versus Andra's card. Maybe I'm confusing them too with another card, but yeah, he got it was a second round, so he got TKO'd via. It was like Li Jing was able to hurt him. Salikhov was looking tired, and he was actually looking good in the first round. So he's got that kung fu style striking, man. Like he throws like spinning wheel kicks, body kicks, spinning back fists. Like he throws a lot of stuff out there. I'm gonna pick Ponzinibbio here, but it's not a guy I want to trust out there, man, because he was looking washed up in that Moreno fight. Moreno was outclassing him easy out there. And Moreno took that fight in short notice, I think, if I remember correctly. Might have been Ponzinibbio taking that fight in short notice. I think it was Moreno taking that fight in short notice, and he was like making it look easy out there over Ponzinibbio. So Ponzinibbio might be washed, but I think Salikhov's he's pretty terrible too. Yeah, just this card, his whole card is pretty terrible for betting. There's only like 1 or 2 spots that I might end up betting. Just after watching tape on this card, like I really don't have a lot of confidence to go put money on any fight on this card yet. There might be some good plays for the overs. I think this one goes over 1.5 rounds. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds also. Ponzinibbio, like he's got some power, and he was able to catch Moreno with the right hand. I mean, Moreno was out cold, stiff with that right hand because he was losing that whole fight before he knocked out Moreno. So I think Muslim Salikhov will be winning the first round. You might want to, if you want to bet on Ponzinibbio, probably a better spot live betting on Ponzinibbio in the spot because I think Salikhov will look good. He's gonna look good early. I mean, what am I saying? He's gonna look good early. He's gonna look okay. I'm having a brain fart right now. But yeah, he's gonna look really good early because he's got that really tricky style, kung fu style. He's the king of kung fu. I think Ponzinibbio is gonna need some time to get his timing right, timing on Salikhov. And I think Salikhov is gonna start slowing down. I mean, they're both almost 40. I mean, Salikhov was 40 years old. Ponzinibbio was almost 30. He's almost 38. I mean, so the age difference isn't crazy. But I think Ponzinibbio can also grapple if he needs to. I mean, doesn't really grapple a lot. Doesn't really shoot takedowns out there. But if he needs to grapple, I think he can grapple. And he's only losing to barely losing to guys. I mean, just play with Michel Pereira, play with Jeff Neal. I mean, so. I mean, Kevin Holland was able to outclass him though. He just had trouble adjusting to the range of Kevin Holland, because Kevin Holland is so long and rangy. Now Kevin Holland's fighting at 185 now. So no shame getting knocked out by Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland was able to snipe him, and he thought he was away from range from Kevin Holland. He thought he wasn't gonna get caught. Kevin Holland hit him with the straight, like the looping left hook. I think it was a looping left hook right in the chin, folded him, and so yeah, they're both coming up TKO losses, but at least Ponzinibbio was taking at least a year off. Salikhov hasn't taken, like, he's almost taken 4 months off, which is probably not good. I'm gonna go Ponzinibbio by maybe like a late TKO or decision. I think this could go the distance. I'm gonna say decision. I think this fight could go the distance. Salikhov's pretty tough, man. He's not easy to finish out there. I mean, I know guys finished him, Li Jingliang and Randy Brown, but I'll go Ponzinibbio by like third round TKO. Maybe like I'll go third round TKO. I think you can get him out third round TKO. When Salikhov's starting to get tired, he's starting to slow down out there. He's not really moving as well as he was early in the round. So I think it's gonna be easier for Ponzinibbio to counter him, land a power shot, maybe hurt him later, get him out of there. I'll go third round TKO for Ponzinibbio. Minus 205. Damn, minus 205 for Ponzinibbio. Good luck if you're betting on Ponzinibbio at 2-1. Maybe live bet him. If you want to bet him. Yeah, I can't get there myself. Next fight on the card is Rose Namajunas taking on Tracy Cortez. Now I'll tell you guys. So I was really thinking about betting Tracy Cortez before watching tape. I was like, damn, I want to run to the line. Plus 160 Tracy Cortez. I think she's plus 180 right now. So I was gonna bet her. I was gonna bet a unit on Tracy Cortez. I was gonna like, Tracy Cortez at plus money. I mean, normally she's out there winning. She's undefeated in UFC right now. Has a winner in Blanchfield, like a really close fight in Invicta back in the day. So Tracy Cortez is looking good right now. She's 30 years old. I mean, so she's looking good right now. Her boxing looked a lot better in that Jasmine Jasudavicius fight. She was a way better boxer in that fight, and she was getting taken on the second, third round, but she was able to stay safe on the ground, work her way to her feet, land the better shots in the pocket. And Jasmine obviously doesn't move her head off the center line, so Jasmine was a pretty easy target for her to land some clean punches on, clean shots on, and she's landing some leg kicks in that fight also. Yeah, I gotta go Rose though. Rose, I think she's a better striker. She can shoot takedowns on Tracy also. I mean, Rose is out there taking on Zhang Weili, who's an absolute beast. So you're taking Zhang Weili, like, she's gonna get taken on Tracy Cortez. Also the 5-round experience. I mean, Rose has been there. She's done that. She's been the champion 2 times. Knocking out Zhang Weili with the head kick KO. I mean, that's like, not Zhang Weili doesn't get knocked out. I mean, I think that's the first time she ever got knocked out there. I've never seen Zhang Weili get knocked out before. Yeah, that's the first time she's ever been TKO'd. That was a clean head kick right in the chin, right in her dome. Yeah, Rose is really slick, man. Even though she's out there losing fights, I think like I picked her over Hebus. I mean, but that was a really close fight. I think that fight was really close on the feet. So I don't think she's in her prime anymore, but I think she's still good enough to beat Tracy here. Obviously, Manon Fear was able to beat her, but she was looking good in that third round against Manon Fear. She won the third round, and she broke her. I think she broke her finger in that fight also. She couldn't really throw punches clean because she was injured in that fight. Getting subbed in the first minute, by Julian Robertson in Fury Pro Grappling. That was a really weird grappling. I went back and watched that when I was doing tape study for Manon Fear fight, and that was really weird. And obviously the worst fight in UFC history in women's MMA ever. And then Carlos part of the fight, she could have won that fight. She just wasn't throwing punches out there. She just stopped fighting for some reason. So with Rose, I mean, if you're betting on Rose, you never know. Like, her head might not be in the game. I think Tracy's probably more hungry right now, and she's capable. I mean, but she has to win 3 rounds out of 5 rounds clearly, and I just don't know if she's gonna be able to do that. Because Rose's footwork is really good. She's not gonna be easy target for Tracy Cortez. Rose, I think, has more power on the feet. Also has better BJJ than Tracy Cortez. Even though I don't really see her submitting Tracy Cortez, but she's fought the way better competition, has 5-round experience, had championship experience, defended that belt. I mean, so yeah, I like her game plan. In the rematch against Zhang Weili, like, the striking was really competitive. Then she started shooting takedowns in the 4th, 5th round. She got a takedown in the 5th round, won the 5th round. Still a close fight, but she did enough to win that fight. Give me Rose by decision. I think Rose is gonna win this fight by decision. as much of a fan I'm of Tracy Cortez, I'm sure you guys are fans of Tracy Cortez. I can't wait to see her out there compete in her first 5-round fight. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully she goes out there and proves me wrong. She goes out there and wins this fight. And she's capable, man. She's only lost like one fight in her career. She's 5-0 in the UFC. Has a lot of experience. I mean, she's 9-0 decisions out there. But this is the best fighter that she's fighting by a mile. Like she fought Erin Blanchfield like back in 2019, but Blanchfield has no striking. I mean, like Rose Namajunas. And also she beat Melissa Gatto, but Melissa Gatto had some. Melissa Gatto was shooting takedowns on her, getting takedowns on her also. So that was a really back and forth grappling. Like they're grappling each other. Gatto was able to get some takedowns on her. Tracy was able to sweep some takedowns on her, get some reversals. That was a really close fight though. And obviously the Jasudavicius, the striking numbers were crazy, but Tracy Cortez was landing the better shots out there. Like I was talking about earlier when I was breaking down Jasmine versus Araujo. Give me Rose by decision. I think she's gonna win 3 rounds, and it's gonna be really close. So I think the overs are better here. I don't think I see Rose just submitting her out there. I think it's gonna be decision for Rose. So there you go, guys. Those are my picks for the full court breakdown for UFC Denver, and hopefully they find opponents for Dudober. Hopefully they can get someone to take that fight on short notice, so we can see Dudober on the card, because we really do need someone like Dudober on this card, and also Nazim Salikhov. Obviously, like they could probably fight each other if they can't find opponents for them, but I'm not sure Dudober will take that fight. Like Dudober is a BMF, so I'm sure he will fight anyone any given day. But this probably doesn't make sense for him to fight him, because I think Dudober's still ranked in top like 15, right? Top for 15. He's ranked in top like 20. I mean, so Nazim Sadikhov's coming off that draw to Borussia, which is not really good. Going to a draw in your second UFC fight, third UFC fight. I mean, he only beat Evan Elder, Trent McKinney, like hasn't beat anyone good. So giving him that Dudober fight is like a gift for him. So yeah, we had Mike Malott on this card. I mean, but Urbina ended up pulling out. I mean, Urbina, I guess he's injured. I doubt that, but maybe he really is injured. But I was really happy to see Mike Malott. He's gonna be the co-main man on this card. So yeah, a lot of cancellations on this card, man. So hope you guys enjoy the full card breakdown. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll go live in the next couple days this week, so come hang out with me in the live streams. And I'll see you guys next time, man. Take it easy, guys. If you guys want to watch my, if you guys want to look at my recap for last week, you can always check those in the community section on my YouTube channel. I post all my picks, preview of my picks, my bets on the community. So you guys can check those out if that's something you want to look at. But I'll see you guys next one, man. Take it easy. Hope you guys have a good week. Hope you guys enjoyed your week. We got off week from the UFC. I'll do an LFA breakdown. We got some LFA this Saturday. So I'll do a breakdown for LFA. Maybe we'll do some bets for LFA. So this week. So I'll see you guys next one. Later.